Do you know what I like to do before I take a little road trip? I like to look at some baseball cards. I wanted to take a look through all of my 1960 Topps cards because this is a fantastic set. First, I have this signed Whitey Lockman. And the reason I'm showing this first is because I have this really cool canceled check from Topps when they paid him to be on that card. Carroll W. Lockman. His name was Carroll Walter. Nickname Whitey. Let's see, we have a fantastic Frank Howard rookie card. I have a couple of Jim Kaat rookie cards. This is a Jim Perry second year card, actually. Here's a signed Roy Face. Signed Don Larson. Ernie Banks. Roger Maris. This is a great card. Burdette, Spawn, and Buell. Mound Magicians. Here's a Al Kaline. I got this on a trip to Portland in the early 90s. Portland, Oregon. It was a little card store I found on a road trip up to the coast. Ed Matthews. Eddie Matthews. Fantastic card. Got a couple of these. Young Hill Stars. Young Hill Stars. I got some of those cards you guys like that, well, some of the slabs you guys like. Got some slabbed up. It's a Carl Yastrzemski rookie. Willie McCovey rookie. Have a fantastic Willie Mays. The first Stan Musial card I ever got as a kid will always be my favorite Stan Musial card. A lot of sentimental value with that one. Roberto Clemente. Hank Aaron. Here we have Mickey Mantle. Sandy Koufax. Bob Gibson. I have a couple of these. Just love that card. Of course, a second year card for him. Fantastic Bill Mazeroski. Here's Mantle and Boyer. All right. Got another Al Kaline. No two vintage cards are doubles, man. No two are the same. Whitey Ford. Frank Robinson. Warren Spahn. Don Drysdale. Here we have Richie Ashburn. Sorry, Reese. They show him with the Cubs here. Willie Mays All-Star. Mickey Mantle All-Star. Here's a Roger Maris All-Star. The one I need is the Willie McCovey. That's the one on my wish list from this set. Next one I need to get. Here's a Hank Aaron. Duke Snider. Look at all these fantastic players. Here's another Eddie Matthews. Sam Jones. Part of the first black battery in Major League Baseball history when he pitched to Quincy Troop. 1952. First black battery in the American League, that is. Ernie Banks. Eddie Matthews. Don Drysdale. Al Kaline. Red Schoendienst. Yogi Berra. Brooks Robinson. Jim Bunning. Orlando Cepeda. One for you, Lou. Harmon Killebrew. Hoyt Wilhelm. Looks like he's been hanging out with Pepino Man in this picture. Louis Aparicio. Whitey Herzog. Moose Skowron. We have Joe Nuxhall, youngest player ever to play in the majors. Not the youngest pitcher to start, however. Benny Daniels. Steve Barber, good pitcher. Robin Roberts, better pitcher. Early Wynn, great pitcher. Here we have Harry Simpson. Didn't they call him Suitcase? Bob Boyd. Walt Drapo. Great card. This is a fantastic card. Nellie Fox and Harvey Keene. Vernon Law. Minnie Minoso. Gene Baker. I always loved that card as a kid. Got another Whitey Herzog. Here's a Danny Murtaugh. Fantastic card. Must have for the Pirate fans. Here is Casey Stengel. Billy Martin. Dick Groat. And he was the MVP this year. I have two of these. Willie Mays, Bill Rigney. Harvey Keene. Nellie Fox. Veda Pinson. Don Zimmer. I have a couple of Tony Kubeks. Harvey Haddix. One for Eddie. Elston Howard. Another one for Lou. Chico Cardenas. Rookie card. Don Newcomb. Ryan Duran. He threw the heat. Bobby Avila. Clem Labine. Don Hoke. Big Ted Kluszewski. Carl Furillo with his fantastic arm. The Redding Rifle. Getting tired of holding up my arms. What else we have here? Smokey Burgess. Don Mossy. One for Scott. Jimmy Pearsall. Fear Strikes Out. Got a couple of these. Gino Simoli. Dallas Green. Bob Skinner. Dick Stewart. Great home run hitter. Not known for his defense, they called him Dr. Strangeglove. Dick Schofield. Ducky. And Jason Worth's grandfather, Gil Hodges. Bobby Richardson. These cards are fantastic. I believe that's Maury Wills, right? Is that a rookie card? Kurt Flood. Hal Smith. He hit a key home run in that 1960 World Series that allowed Bill Mazeroski to hit the game winner. Herb Score. If he didn't get injured, he might have been something super special. Del Crandall. Staple behind the plate for the Braves. Tony Taylor. Philippe Alou. When the Alou brothers played in the outfield for the San Francisco Giants, it was the only time brothers completed a starting outfield. Cletus Boyer. Al Lopez, good catcher back in the day. Jimmy Dykes, one of those better players that's not in the Hall of Fame. Cookie Lavagetto. I showed a Signal Oil in one of my last videos of his. Chuck Tanner. Manager of my 1979 Pittsburgh Pirate World Champs. Walt Austin. Gus Bell and father of Buddy Bell. Wally Moon. Best eyebrows in the history of baseball. Roy Sievers. Got a team card here for Scott. Reindeer Studios. Cleveland. Roger Craig. This is Holly Hemis, and my dad tells me a story when he was a player. This is his manager card, of course. When he was a player, he tells me a story in, I guess, the late 50s. The Pirates had a pitcher named, what was his name? Whammy Douglas. And he said that he came to bat, and Whammy Douglas threw one at him, and he threw the bat at Whammy Douglas, and the next ball, Whammy Douglas threw it at him, and he threw his bat back at, he let it fly back at Whammy Douglas, and the umpire threw them both out of the game. Eddie Sawyer. We have Johnny Groth. Darren Johnson rookie card. Rip Coleman. Always loved this card. Billy Lowe's. Irv Norn. Larry Sherry. His brother was the catcher, Norm Sherry, who was instrumental in changing Sandy Koufax's career. Dick Hyde. Johnny Romano. Sounds like an old 50s singer. Duke Moss. Is he related to Kevin Moss? Chuck Estrada. Tom Borland. Bob Duliba. Not familiar with him, but it's a cool looking card. Jake Stryker. Got a few players at the end here I'm really not familiar with. Kent Hadley. Anybody knows anything interesting about these players, let me know. Frank Sullivan. And Pedro Ramos. So that's what I have for you. Thanks for hanging out with me. I got to go. I got to go get ready and hit the road.